Did you know that half of all adult children under 30 are still living at home with their parents? Half. That's crazy, right? I've found a thread that was on Reddit and I want to go through this with you. I'm just 18 years old and I started earning a decent amount of money for the first time. But my parents insist I give half my salary to them. Is this normal in Australia? I love my parents, they're good parents, but it seems unfair to me. Am I being selfish? We are a middle-class family and my dad earns good money, but my parents' money management is poor. I don't want to give my hard-earned salary to my parents to just use poorly. He's also put the note in here, I earn $600 a week. If he's paying 50% of his pay and he earns 600, he's paying $300 a week. So let's cue the comment section and see what some opinions are. So the first comment is from a dad. Once my son started to work, he paid 10% of his pay as board. I put that into his own accounts without his knowledge so that he had a deposit for a rental, for a car or a house or a rental or whatever it is, should he need it. So that's one option. Next comment, that's not normal. It is normal for some parents to charge rent, but not just to get half your money outright. Next comment, I suggest, this is an interesting one, I suggest it partly depends on ethnic background. Now, isn't that true? Different cultures, different ethnic backgrounds have different expectations of the children in terms of helping to support the family and to support the parents financially. Next comment. When I turned 18, I took on 2 bills for my parents, the Foxtel and the internet. As a frequent user of both, it made sense. Next comment, rent or board or just chip in for some groceries? Sure, but half of what you earn seems a bit harsh. So I think the biggest issue is the amount not paying. And next comment, nope, Australian parents don't insist on you going without so they can have it better. Next comment, got a mate that's paying $700 a week for a room in his parents' house and they keep bleeding more from him. Dude's flat broke trying to save for medical bills. Hopefully by next year we can get him out of there and far away from his family. It's just taken a while to sort several things out first. My family did this to me growing up as well. From my current friends group, it seems to be an even 1/3 split. So the first 1/3, not paying anything, right? The next third is you're paying your own way, and the third is being bled dry. That's crazy, right? There's a comment here from a young lady. When I was younger, I used to work at a relative's cafe. I got about $80 a weekend. My parents asked for 30. This continued when I was an adult before I moved out. They've asked for money since then. I ended up having to pay half the mortgage and fines one year because mum forgot to pay. I've been saving that money for years. That's harsh. Do you live with your parents? Then yes, you should contribute to everyday expenses. But half your pay is debatable. Paying board is normal. Paying half your pay to your parents for board isn't. Well, the next one here, haha. That is a ruthless percentage. Are they your real parents or just some people that you live with? That's savage. I'm from an immigrant background and my parents have never asked for money. After high school, I went straight to university while working part-time. Then did a gap year and moved out when I got back and got a job. At no point did my folks ask for part of my paycheck because they could see I was working to save for my gap year and to eventually be able to move out. My dad has never understood the concept of charging your kids to live with you. The one thing he could do was let us live at home so we could save money to set ourselves up. So for me, what I want to know is what's your thoughts? First of all, should adult children, if they're living at home, contribute to the family finances? That's the first question. If you answer yes to that, well then what is a fair and reasonable amount for adult children to have to kick in or chip in to help with family finances? Now let's be honest, if you got mum and dad and you got 4 adult kids living at home and a boyfriend or a girlfriend and there's 6 or 7 of you, 6 or 7 adults in a household, that household is expensive to run. Should the kids be contributing? But more importantly, how much? What would you say is reasonable? But more importantly, what I want you to do is comment in the comment section below and tell us, how do you do things in your home? What do you get your adult children, if they're living at home, what do you get them to pay, or do you get them to pay anything at all? What does that look like for you? And if so, how does culture impact your decision making around this?